I've seen so many different divorcements, and I must say today, I think many children deal very well with it, because it's not somehow a stigma anymore. It's not a shame. It has been in my childhood. It was a shame when the parents divorced. But then some children have problems with it, and for some children it is a catastrophe. And often, in my experience, it is very difficult when a child is in a life crisis itself, when it changes from one way of being to another way of being. If then the parents divorce, then often the child feels very, very guilty, feels that it is something I have done wrong. And in this situation, it is first of all about not to discuss too much about that, because this discussing is all the time to lift the pain up into the brains, and the pain is not in the brains, it's not in the understanding, it's in the heart. It is as if somebody dies, then you have this pain, and somehow you need comfort, and that is what I think we should do then, to hold around the child and comfort them, and be present, and be there, although you may be living in two different flats, but stay as much as possible, try to make the child not understand, but make it feel, I am with you, and I will not leave you, because this is then the existential fear of the child, that maybe I will be left alone. This is terrible. This is a kind of a terror for some children. So to do precisely not by talking, but by acting, by being there, and let the child feel we are here both. I mean, that is the ideal thing, that the father and the mother both have this insight, this understanding that is what we have to do. And of course, to avoid these fightings where you use the child as a weapon, so to say, which often happens. This is of course terrible. I cannot say anything about it, but it often in these divorcements, it's a lot of anger and a lot of disappointment, a lot of pain, suffering also. So it's not easy. But if you ask me that, then I would say, well, it is about that both parents are present, and that they are not fighting with the child as a weapon, and they are not explaining too much, because the explanation is makes the child guilty. That is, we have difficulties to understand that. In this old Christian legend, when Adam and Eve went out of the paradise, it was because they ate from the tree of knowledge, and this knowledge is of course a good thing in life, but it's also something tragic in it, because if I know about your pain, then I become responsible. If it is in my brain, if you tell me a story about your tragedy, then I become responsible. And I think children should not be responsible, and not feel responsible when parents are divorcing.